Hey everybody, welcome back to gggaming. In this video, we're going to do a build guide / showcase for our brand new mythical Pokemon, which is this cute little purple guy right next to me. We're going to go through everything. We're going to go through the build, the Tera typing, the held items, the best move sets, the stat builds, and what exactly you need to do to be the absolute best in raids with this Pokemon. If that sounds cool, hey, stick around and let's get to it. All right, let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into this. So first things first, we're going to go to check the summary for our brand new mythical Pokemon. And there he is, cute little purple guy that is extremely powerful. And yes, I did capture him in a Master Ball just because the Master Ball is perfect for him. Not because I needed to, because it matches him perfectly. And what better place to put a brand new mythical Pokemon other than a Master Ball? Do you have to do that? No, that is completely optional. But that's what I did. Alrighty, first things first, let's talk about the Tera typing, since that is first on the list. Tera typing by default, when you get him, will be poison. You can leave it at poison. I can see a use case for the stellar Tera type as well, so you could take advantage of that ghost type. You know, there's a couple really good ghost moves in his pool, so I could see an argument for the stellar Tera type, but for the most part, we're just going to roll with poison, and so far it has been simply amazing, so stick around to definitely understand the full capabilities of this Pokemon, because he's hands down awesome. Next on the list, let's talk about the held items. All right, so as you see here, I've got the Shell Bell. The Shell Bell is really, really good in raids because it does help support you in healing. But when we get to his moveset, you're going to see that he also can learn the move Recover. So let's get back to, and we'll just go into the actual items here and look at what the best items are real quick for him. So let me sort this by my favorites, so that I can kind of see my top tier raid items. First and foremost, a really, really good option for Pecharunt is the Poison Barb. Okay, Poison Barb gives you plus 20% to those poison type attacks, which is awesome. Okay, so if you are in a raid where you can just do the extra damage, hey, just roll the Poison Barb, because it's awesome and it just boosts him by 20%. Otherwise, as we discussed, the Shell Bell's always good. It's good in a lot of different raids because it does heal you based on damage that you're dealing to the opponent. My next most recommended item for him, because he does have access to Recover. So, unlike a lot of other Pokemon that have healing issues, he's got access to Recover, which does restore 50% of his HP every time he uses it. You can have flexibility on your held item. So with that, use the Clear Amulet or the Covert Cloak. If you're having issues with stats getting dropped, additional effects from moves, things like that, definitely use either one of those two. Those are my top tier items. In fact, I pretty much just always use the Covert Cloak because it does everything the amulet does, plus the additional effects from moves. The amulet itself just protects the holder from having its stats lowered. It doesn't actually stop the additional effects, but it also works on Pokemon abilities, so that gives the amulet that little benefit that the cloak does not get. So if your stats are being lowered, you can use that. Otherwise, go ahead and use the cloak to block the additional effects of moves. All right, that covers my recommendation for items. So just a few, but for the most part, the Shell Bell or the Poison Barb or the cloak are going to be my top 3 recommendations. Next, let's get over and let's talk about the best movesets along with the stat builds. First and foremost, let's talk moves, because hey, everybody wants to know what is his optimal move set. The optimal move set that I'm going to recommend for this brand new mythical Pokemon is right here. Acid Spray, no surprise. If you've watched any of my videos, like ever, you'll notice if a Pokemon can learn Acid Spray, I typically teach it to him because it's just that amazing in raids. And then in addition to Acid Spray, he gets Nasty Plot. Why not double up on the absolute insult and make this special attacking boss mythical Pokemon absolutely destroy the raid bosses? All right. As I said, he gets access to Recover. Recover is a great healing move. I use it on my Arceus build, and I'm going to use it here, and I do use it a lot because, hey, in raids, the name of the game is stay alive, and if you have the ability to heal yourself, Recover is a really, really good one. Guaranteed 50% heal. And then, of course, his signature move, which is Malignant Chain. Let's jump into these and take a look at why I'm recommending them. Acid Spray, of course, is a special defense dropping stat, so it drops it -2. So the raid boss loses -2 from its defense stat on special attack or special defense every single time you use that. So you use it 3 times. He's maxed on that special defense down, and then you don't As if you needed anything else, you also have access to Nasty Plot. Nasty Plot gives you +2. And hey, I want to point out, Acid Spray is not his only move. He also can learn Fake Tears. So we'll take a look at that in a minute. And Fake Tears does the same thing as Acid Spray, except it's not attack-based. Acid Spray being the better move, of course, for sure. But we'll discuss that here in a minute and why. Third move down, Recover. Recover is amazing. Like I said, got to have a healing option. Malignant Chain. This is his signature moves, okay? So this is the powerhouse. This is the awesome move that makes him awesome. And I'm going to talk about the stats in a moment, so stick around for that and discuss. You can build him basically either way. You could go special or you could go full attack. He's got the flexibility to do both. But because of this single move right here, I'm going to recommend the special side. I definitely encourage you to go test the other side if you want with the straight attack, but he doesn't have a whole lot of in the move pool. They're going to be anywhere near as strong as this move. All right. So why is this move so good? Because for one, it's got 100 accuracy and 100 power. Awesome. Right there. That's enough right there. But in addition to that, it may also poison the target. This may leave the target badly poisoned. So not just poison, but toxic level poison. Badly poisoned. All right. Honestly, in raids, it's not a big deal because the bosses have so much HP anyway that toxic or poison is almost irrelevant, unfortunately. But with that, let's back out of the moves and talk about what's extra cool about that. And it's his ability. He only has one ability, so you don't have to worry about trying to change it or flipping it up to a hidden ability or anything. He's just got one. Poison Puppeteer. Pokemon poisoned by my moves will become confused. That's cool. It's really, really cool. And I'll show you in the showcase when we actually go in and we do a raid with this guy. You're going to see that happen. It triggers a lot. You definitely can trigger that poison with Malignant Chain quite a bit. Acid Spray does not poison, by the way. Only Malignant Chain does. He does have an access to the full gambit of poison moves. But before we get to the moves, let's cover the actual stats real quick. And then we'll talk about that Poison Puppeteer and how you can trigger that thing. So overall, this guy, he's got amazing stats. When you look at this, special attacks at 302, HP 380, defense, the defense right there. I mean, goodness, the defense right there is awesome. 356. So I'm going to hit the L button here and take a look at where my IVs went. My IVs went into special attack and HP. Because, hey, that's what I always do for raids. That's the raid build. His defense, so this gold you see back here, that gold, that's his natural stats, all right? That's kind of where the natural set is. When you look at that, it's like, whoa. His special attack and his attack are actually fairly even for the most part. That's what I mean. You could build him this way or you could build him that way. It doesn't matter. Both are going to work okay because he's got equal stats on both sides. The difference is his these moves like Nasty Plot, Acid Spray, and the Malignant Chain are all special. Okay, so you can really focus on the special side, and that's going to be my encouragement as you go special attack with this guy. But the defense. That defense is awesome. I mean, he's one of the highest natural defense Pokemon in the game, to the point where Pokemon that are hitting you with physical attacks don't do much damage against this. Even against 7-star raid bosses that are hitting with physical attacks, this guy takes those hits like a champion and almost takes no damage at all in terms of normal compared to other normal Pokemon with a standard defense. It's really, really good. So again, I encourage you, special attack, HP, go there with your IVs. And don't forget, all right, let me go to boxes real quick because I want to stress this. Whenever you're in your box view, you have this ability down here called Judge, all right? Hit that Judge button, which is the plush button, and then it's going to bring up the Hyper Training menu. Don't forget to Hyper Train him. All right, I went ahead and hyper trained everything just because I do anyway, because I've hundreds and hundreds of bottle caps. But if you need to know how to hyper train, go check out my comprehensive Pokemon build guide. I'll link that down in the description. It'll cover everything you need to know here. Training, stats, IVs, you name it, whatever it is, it's all covered in that video. Go check out that just link down in the description. Encourage you to go through that. It will help you build this guy out if you don't understand exactly how to do all this. Don't forget to hyper train him. When you capture him, he's not fully set. As we see, 3 of my stats needed hyper train. All right, the other 3 were good, but 3 of my stats did need hyper train. So don't forget that. Okay, that's important. Important for raids because your Pokemon needs to be fully built. All right, that covers the stats. So let's take a look at the other moves he can learn, just so that you can kind of get a feel for what they are. So I'm going to go to the TM list. I'm going to filter this by name. I like to filter by name. It just makes it good. Fake Tears. There's another one that drops the special defense stat by -2. It's another great move. The problem I have with it is you can't use it when their shield is up, as compared to the acid spray. The only caveat to acid spray is it's not going to work on a Pokemon like Steel types that are immune to poison. So you do have access to Fake Tears in that case if you are building a hybrid Ghost and Poison build. And then in addition to Fake Tears, you got some other really great moves in here. So he does learn Gunk Shot. That's a physical. So if you wanted to go the physical side, that still matches Poison. Really, really good. Access to some other good ones. Phantom Force, that's another high-hitting one. The problem is it only hits once every other turn, makes him disappear. That one's sort of interesting. I wouldn't recommend that, but that's on the Ghost side if you're wanting to go Ghost physical. Poltergeist is another good option. The issue is it fails if the guy's not holding an item, so it's typically only going to be certain raid bosses that are going to hold items. And that's very, very rare, so I don't even recommend that. Ignore it. Forget it. Move on. Moving on down the list, Sledge Bomb, Sledge Wave, both special. Okay, they're both special right there, so which means you're going to have to build a special size if you want to use either one of those. But both really good moves. He does get access to Tera Blast, as does every Pokemon. So if you do that Stellar side, Tera Blast is really, really good. So you could go Stellar and then build the attack stat, because the move inflicts damage using the attack or the special attack, whichever is higher. So if you do build the physical side or the straight attack Pecharunt, then you could use Tera Blast as your signature move, and you're going to be all right. It's going to do a lot of damage. You're going to be good to go. The problem is it does drop your stats each time you use it, so you're going to need something to cancel that out. All right, Toxic, another really great one. This is what his signature move does. The signature move, Malignant Chain, actually inflicts Toxic. He does get access to Toxic, so you can just straight up use that with Poison the raid boss, and then automatically confuse them via his Poison Puppeteer ability. After that, you just got Venoshock. Venoshock's a really, really good one. Again, special, and the power is doubled, which I really like. So it actually goes up to 130 damage if the Pokemon is already poisoned. So you could combine Venoshock along with the signature move, and then this move, Venoshock, actually becomes the move to use once he is poisoned. Or you can combine this Toxic Venoshock setup as well. All really, really good options. Got some really good options for both sides in terms of the Ghost. My favorite move by far for Ghost that I didn't point out, my favorite and most recommended Ghost type move for him is going to be Shadow Ball. All right, Shadow Ball is the special type that has the ability to drop the special defense stat. Really, really good. One of the best Ghost type moves in the game, and it fits right into that special attack build. Otherwise, the rest of these moves you're not going to use too much. You can boost his defense stat even further with Withdrawal, but otherwise you're going to be pretty good to go. And he's also a good defense curl there that boosts his defense stat. So obviously he's meant to boost his defense, be a defensive master, and then take it to the Pokemon that you're fighting. All right, so that's it. That covers everything for Pecharunt, all the build details. Let's get in and let's show you an actually raid showcase and kind of walk through how to use this guy in a raid. All right, we are in against this 6-star grass type Malamar. This will be an interesting matchup. We're just going to go straight into Acid Spray, and we're going to use this once or twice. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it kind of varies based on what Pokemon you're fighting and what their ultimate setup is going to be, how much you use the different moves. But we're just going to go with Acid Spray a couple times just to get a little bit closer to our Terralization, having that ready. If I am fighting a Pokemon that is going to reset his own stats a lot, that's where the Nasty Plot will come in, so I'll just use Nasty Plot instead. Foul Play, okay, it is super effective, but it's not effective because I'm not boosting my attack. So let's go straight to Malignant Chain. We got 2 Acid Sprays on. His defense is down 4 points, as we see there. So I'm not even going to use the Nasty Plot just yet. Let's just go straight into the chain. See how much damage we do here on a 6-star raid boss. Ooh, good hit. Really good hit. That was every bit of, probably 15%-ish. 20%. Pretty good for one hit. So he did reset his stats right there. So we have now lost the Acid Spray. So I'm going to go straight back into Acid Spray. But our Terralization is now ready. So I'm going to go ahead and put that up. Get the Terralize up. Get our typing changed to Poison only. And of course, if I was Stellar Tera, I would have access to the Ghost type moves as well. But I also still maintain the Ghost typing. And with that comes that weakness that you saw to the dark type attack, the foul play. I'm no longer weak to the foul play. It's kind of nice to have a single type for this guy, considering poison is so strong. But from here, because we know what this Pokemon is doing, it's already cleared its stats once. Odds are it's not going to clear them again anytime soon. We're going to go straight in and use 3 Acid Sprays. And the Acid Sprays, because they do drop his defense, they are special attack. They just continue to do more and more damage. Plus, my Poison Tera boosts that even further. And as you see, when he's hitting me with this stuff, I'm just taking no damage at all. My HP is just staying max. Granted, I have Logan, the healing NPC over here, this guy, which really, really helps. There we go. All right, so where are we at? Where are we at? We are at 4 down, so we'll go one more Acid Spray. I was going to kind of build this up and go Acid Sprays into the Nasty Plots and then basically one-shot him, but we're just doing so much damage with pretty much Acid Spray only. And our NPCs, because our NPCs will hit even harder with his defense down, or his special defense down, rather. Which is why he's going down so fast. So let's go into Nasty Plot now. If we do our math, he's -6, and we're +2. All right? So that gives us a total of 8 power above him. Right now, we are +8 over this guy. Let's go to the chain. Let's see what +8 does at this point in the game. Will it one-shot him? Not one-shot, but will it finish him? Yes. Yes, it will. Without any issue at all. There you have it. That is how you play Pecharunt in a raid and just be awesome. I didn't even need to use Recover because the Shell Bell kept me alive, no issues at all. Simply amazing. This new mythic Pokemon is so much fun. I encourage you to do this build and just go absolutely wrecked. It does not matter if it's a weakness. You can use the poison. He's so strong you can use him against any Terror raid boss. The poison is even neutrally effective too. I don't recommend it on ones that it's not effective, and definitely not on things that are immune like Steel. But otherwise, you're going to be good to go. So have fun, and as always, ooh, wow, 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 yes, huge rare drop there. That's crazy, and in the YouTube video. Hey, drop a like for that, and hit the sub button if you haven't. And we'll see you in the next one.